the best ever. Knock him out with one punch like that. You'd be like, oh man, have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? He's for real. Because nothing about watching him fight, to me, screams like he's in over his head. Nothing. He looks like a real boxer.
It won't be much different. I think he done well bringing in the right sparring partners. It shows his intent, his focus, his team, what they're trying to do and getting ready for people that come close and throw hooks, and like Sanchez, someone like a Coley who boxes at distance.
Joe Rogan is surprised after seeing Jake Paul knock out a heavyweight with one punch. He points out how sharp Jake's movement looks in the ring, especially his constant footwork and what Rogan calls hard-to-hit movement. Rogan explains this. Style is not about fear, but a smart way to stay safe, avoid damage, and tire out bigger fighters. The leaked sparring clips show Jake moving nonstop, which makes sense when preparing for a dangerous opponent like Anthony.
With him, I guarantee you could spar with him. And then just touch your face, just to let you know. Like, you would have been knocked out, but I just touched your face. Just going to touch you a little bit. Move around. You can't touch me. I touch you. Here's a feint, and that's coming at you. And if he's kicking, you're fucked. But even if he's just using his hands, if you're like some streamer, he wouldn't hurt you. But Sean Strickland's a different animal. Sean Strickland has, he's got this fucking man code. And he believes in it. Like, you got to get your ass kicked every now and then. He spars all the time, spars constantly. And if you agree to get in there with him, you're essentially agreeing to let him beat the fuck out of you, because you don't really have a chance. Like, you have no chance. But in Sean's defense, when he lost to Alex Pereira, one of the first things he did was go to Connecticut to Glover Teixeira's gym where Alex trains and train with him. When we was training with Alex Pereira, he was light sparring. So this is fucking light. Find the video of Sean Strickland training with Alex Pereira, because he's smart. Because you can't, that guy's not sneako. You can't just tool off. That guy already knocked you out. Like, Pereira knocked him out in the first round. He hit him with a left hook.
Joe Rogan reacts to another sparring clip where Jake drops his opponent to one knee. Rogan highlights Jake's strong looping punches, especially his overhand right hand. The mix of size, athletic ability, and natural power is clear. Rogan does note that Jake has not fully mastered the body rotation and torque used by elite boxers. Sometimes Jake throws arm punches instead of fully turning his body. Still, Rogan said
full force shot to the temple. I mean, he's Fucksville right now. So they wipe off his gloves, but you look at him like he's...
Jake's strength and punching impact have grown steadily over time. His coach says these power moments are not rare or accidental. In training, Jake has been consistently controlling sparring sessions. He has shown that a smaller and faster fighter with real power can trouble bigger opponents. This matters because larger fighters often underestimate shorter, more explosive opponents. The sparring footage supports this, showing Jake landing clean shots, controlling exchanges, and staying aggressive against experienced partners.
Get out the way again, what is you saying? Cause I am not playing it. This isn't back in the day again.
It's been good. Mikey. Better watch out, buddy. Don't charge at me, buddy. I got dynamite.
He's dominated from day one with heavyweights, and I don't mean just random heavyweights. I mean heavyweights that are ranked in the top 25, if not top 15 in the world, and he's dominating.
Joe Rogan also notices Jake Paul's major physical development. When Jake first started boxing, he weighed around 180 pounds. Now, he is expected to weigh between 215 and 220 pounds. Along with the added size, his strength and experience have grown. Rogan explains that the combination of power, size, and ring experience makes Jake much tougher than he was earlier in his career. Each fight helps him learn, adjust, and deal with stronger and more skilled opponents.
Would not survive 45 seconds.
I don't know about that. I think it would take a few rounds.
Really?
But yeah, first of all, Jake is a lot bigger. Jake's a lot bigger.
But what weight would they fight
Well,
at?
I don't think Jake is getting anywhere lower than 205.
Jake's progress has not gone unnoticed by Rogan, who continues to give him credit. Many fans and commentators dismiss Jake because he started as a YouTube personality. Rogan argues that this label hides what Jake has actually done in the ring. If Jake did not have the YouTuber image, his accomplishments would be praised more fairly. His professional record, including multiple stoppage wins, shows the real power and skill he brings to boxing.
If Jake Paul wasn't Jake Paul, if he wasn't this YouTube guy, he was just a boxer, and you see a boxer knock out the former UFC welterweight champion, not just the former, but one of the best ever, knock him out with one punch like that, you'd be like, oh man, have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? He's fucking for real. Because nothing about watching him fight, to me, screams like he's in over his head. Nothing. He looks like a real boxer. He looks like a real boxer. He doesn't look like a guy who's attempting boxing. That's the difference. The feints, the foot movement, the way he lands shots. He fights like a boxer. He doesn't fight like a guy who's trying to box in a celebrity boxing match. He fights like a boxer.
No, because
if he wasn't that guy, I'm saying if he wasn't that big YouTube star, and you just saw him as a boxing contender.
Jake Paul's public image also plays a big role in how people view him. He often uses his personality to provoke critics because he feels his hard work is not respected, despite the doubts. Jake's record is impressive for someone who started boxing only a few years ago. His athleticism, planning, and showmanship have helped him build a story where each win adds to his credibility. His confidence sometimes comes across as arrogance, but it also shows how strongly he believes in his preparation and ability.
Or, you know, obviously he has a lot of power punches. If you get caught, of course, you know, he's gonna defeat you, but I don't believe he can land those punches. And he lands them on the bigger, slower guys who are sitting right in front of him. Everyone's like, did you see Francis Ngannou, what he did to Francis Ngannou? It's like the guy's feet stuck in mud. He's just sitting there, didn't do anything, and just got fucking nailed with
Do you know what, yeah? You have to admire how deluded Jake Paul is, innit? You have to.
If I get hit with that
Shay,
shot,
Pivot to Simmons Street Trick, appreciate you.
Anthony Joshua has also recognized Jake's serious approach to training. One important part of Jake's camp is his choice of sparring partners. He trains with top-level heavyweights who have different styles. This helps Jake learn how to adjust and deal with different situations. Facing a variety of fighters builds not only physical toughness, but also mental sharpness. It helps Jake make quick decisions and handle unexpected moments inside the ring.
Sparring some really, really big dudes in preparation for this fight.
Yeah.
How would that differ from when you fight him on Fight Night on Netflix this Friday, December 19th?
It won't be much different. I think he done well bringing in the right sparring partners. It shows his intent, his focus, his team, what they're trying to do and getting ready for people that come close and throw hooks in like Sanchez, someone like a Coley who boxes at distance, Anderson who's awkward, and maybe other people that we haven't even seen. But I think it'll be good preparation for.
The upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua has sparked a lot of debate. Among boxing experts, speaking on TalkSport, Spencer Oliver questioned whether this fight could lead to a surprise result. He compared it to the unpredictability of the FA Cup. This comparison shows how exciting and uncertain the matchup feels, reminding fans that in boxing, preparation and strategy can sometimes overcome reputation and
boxer, and now he gets the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua. The crazy world we live in, but we will all watch it for sure.
Yeah, that's true. You feel a bit like rubbernecking, but you can't help it. I mean, from Anthony Joshua's point of view, so if he dances around him, everybody's going to feel shortchanged. If he sort of knocks him out after 2 punches, I don't know. I don't know what the expectation is of the audience, really.
Yeah, do you know what it is, Paul? I think that for Anthony Joshua, from his side of things, look, he's been out of the ring since that defeat to Daniel Dubois back in September. And for Anthony Joshua, it's all about going through the motions and getting back into the swing of things, getting back to winning ways. We know that he was going to. We now know that he was going to box November the 22nd in an 8-rounder against a top 100 fighter. This opportunity's come up and he goes from probably earning $1 million to $70 million. What would you do? You'd go for this because he's going to go through the same motions. He's going to get in the dressing rooms, have his hand wrapped, get warmed up, do that ring walk, get into the ring, smell the arena. That's what it's all about for Anthony Joshua, getting back into winning ways, getting rid of some of that ring rust. Then I believe we see him obviously again in the ring, probably in February time, something like that, against a much better caliber of opponent. And then before he moves on and boxes Tyson Fury, the news that broke, we expect Tyson Fury sometime in September. So the roadmap is very much mapped out for Anthony Joshua, but he's got to take care of things here against Jake Paul. I mean, what is Jake Paul thinking, by the way? Yeah. I mean, it's slightly delusional, isn't it? Because does he really believe that he can win here against Anthony Joshua?
Well, he does.
Talking the talk, but
I mean, I think he's talking. Spencer, I think he's talking. I think he knows.
But is it like the FA Cup, Spencer, where a minnow could upset a giant? Is there a chance he could?
Right, Andy. I'm going to give it to you straight, mate. And this is in one...
Jake Paul has been sparring with some of the toughest heavyweights available. Training with fighters at this level forces Jake to adapt to different styles, sharpen his reactions, and build both strength and endurance. These hard sessions give him experience against real high-level competition.
Dwarfed by these way bigger heavyweights like Jared Anderson, Frank Sanchez, and Lawrence Okolie. Okolie is like 6'4.5", 6'5", and these guys are like 6'3", 6'4", probably. So now Jake Paul is the one that's smaller. So first of all, I will give credit to Jake Paul. Clearly, he's a person who is taking his career seriously. These are quality sparring. I mean, a real boxer, because people say he's not a real boxer, but a real boxer would be using the same guys in their sparring camp. In fact, I just told you Joshua used Lawrence Okolie. I don't know if he sparred with Anderson or Frank Sanchez, but these are all regular ranked heavyweights. So credit to Jake Paul for that. And I mean, he's going to need it. Joshua is a different breed to, like, you know, a Mike Perry when it comes to boxing. Different frame, different size. In case you didn't believe me, right? Jake Paul, this is what MVP Promotions posted. So Jake Paul top sparring, right? Heavyweights. And here's some pictures of Joshua with Lawrence Okolie. And again, Joshua, a big dude, but you see Lawrence Okolie, and he probably was cruiserweight back then. I mean, I don't know exactly when this picture was taken, but he's only like an inch shorter than Anthony Joshua. And now, as he's moved up to the full heavyweight, he has filled out more. You see, he looks even bigger than when he was a cruiserweight. Now, I got to research it, but I want to say...
Sean Jones reacted to Jake's comments, pointing out that Jake truly believes he can beat Anthony Joshua. While some see this confidence as arrogance, it is also a necessary mindset for top-level competition. Fighters must believe in victory before they step into the ring. Jake's confidence shows his mental commitment and belief in his training. As he prepares...
It's a really harsh punishment. So let's just say, in the mad world that we live in, that Joshua somehow loses this fight. The big narrative is going to be that Joshua took a dive for the money. Do you honestly think he would risk his entire life, his reputation, and his legacy for Jake Paul? Of course not. So I just think we need to drop this narrative that if Anthony Joshua loses, he took a dive. And look, I did actually say that in my first video announcing this fight. I said, if Joshua loses, how is it not rigged? However, I was exaggerating. I wasn't being serious. So let's jump into some footage of Jake Paul watching Joshua and listen to what he says after he finishes watching this Joshua video.
I just really I've got a good team. I've been through ups and downs. I've stood the test of time. I'm passionate, I'm hungry, and I'm still here ready to fight my heart out. So.
What a jolly lad he is, you know? Just a bubbly guy. Bubbly guy. Gotta love him, bro. Gotta love him, but he's gonna fucking die. Look at this, bro. I'm always training.
I can't get over the fact that Jake Paul just said Anthony Joshua is going to die with extreme confidence. It's like he knows something that we don't know. In all honesty, I was thinking, do I put $1,000 on Jake Paul to win and potentially make 8-10 grand back? But I'm not really a betting guy. Every time I put money on the line, I always get the prediction wrong. I might put 20 quid on Jake Paul to win. That should get me about £160. So I might be able to get a one-legged prosy in Dubai with that. Oh, okay. And it's not just Jake that's confident, it's his whole team.
That's what I'm gonna get Isola for Christmas. Anthony Joshua's head, nigga, just on the platter.
I mean, as they should be. But when someone's going into a fight that they know they're going to lose, generally you can sense it. The stuff that the fighter says, they never really answer the questions directly. They never make a solid prediction. The coaches will kind of dance around the top.
Eddie Hearn analyzed the fight and focused on the large gap in size and skill. He said Anthony Joshua can end the fight whenever he wants, depending on how Jake moves or tries to survive. Hearn explained that Jake, being closer to a cruiserweight, might last a round or two by moving and clinching, but one clean punch to the chin would likely end the fight. Hearn added that AJ will not carry Jake, because that would be dangerous. If Jake trades punches, the outcome could be brutal. He believes the goal is to...
Jake Paul, AJ, what round does AJ do with him?
Whenever he wants.
Just tell me.
Whenever he wants. But, you know, it's like, it doesn't... Jake Paul, right, obviously he's not a heavyweight, right? Or he's a cruiserweight. For a heavyweight, he will move well with decent speed. So it all depends what Jake Paul does. If he wants to go in there and somehow try and survive 1 round, 2 rounds, by moving around, holding, like, you know, there is a chance to do it. As soon as he gets hit clean on the chin, the fight's over.
It's over with.
So when that will come, it could come in the first 20 seconds. It might come in the 3rd round. I don't know. Like,
Is AJ going to carry him?
no, absolutely never, ever, ever, ever. Because if you carry people in boxing, it's also dangerous. Like, you can't. You know, at the end of the day, Jake Paul is not, in my opinion, a world-class fighter. He can still punch. He's a decent size. And if you fuck around and then you end up trading up and getting caught, how embarrassing would that be? So we want him out of there ASAP. And we want to take the money. And
Barry Jones, a former professional boxer and current analyst, added his opinion. He wished Anthony Joshua well and made it clear that this fight will not be fixed. According to Jones, the matchup is real and competitive, showing respect for the sport. When experienced fighters and analysts speak seriously about the bout, it adds credibility to Jake Paul's development, as his skills and preparation are now being judged alongside seasoned professionals.
This Jake Paul fight, obviously, I saw Wilder, he disagreed with that comment. What do you make of that? When you see Anthony Joshua taking however much money to fight Jake Paul, do you think he's done in the professional game?
If he is, it's his last fight, good for him. I'm not just saying to be his friend, I don't care. I mean, good for him. I mean, what a way to go. 50 million, even if it's half of that, it's like, it feels like free money. I mean, Jake Paul might prove us all wrong. I mean, but you wouldn't bet a penny on it, would you? I mean, people go out the first right hand that Joshua hits him with, forget about that. The first proper jab he hits him with should be enough for Jake Paul to go, oh, I don't fancy this. And then the downfall starts very quickly. That's what should happen. What happens, we're not quite sure. Because, you know, it won't be a fix. I mean, you can't say that because you'll get sued. Yeah. And also, it's a federal offence. But you can carry a fighter. You can do what you want in that ring. I mean, you can make the fight go long or short. And Joshua, you think, would have the size and ability to do that. So he can do what he wants. And so there might not be an agreement there, but he might want to take it long. I don't think he would. For the sake of boxing, you think he'd want to knock him out. But when Mayweather boxed McGregor, no, for the sake of boxing's sake, he could have got rid of him in 2 rounds. And he could have. And he chose not to. For whatever reason, maybe for a want for another rematch, he made it look competitive. And McGregor, I'm not saying he's a bad boxer, but you know, you're talking about different levels. It's crazy. I mean, I was on doing Sky podcast the other week, which I do every other week, and we had Vidal Riley in, British cruiserweight champion, a very, very good fighter on the up. And we said to him, if you were boxing Anthony Joshua tomorrow, it would be a mismatch. There's no disrespect to you. You're too small. You want a British. You're a British title. You're on the way to European level. And